I had on my notes here, explain Joan's absence, but I don't need to do that. She's here today.
I'm battery powered.
I had this call Friday, and I thought, but we're glad Joan is here with us.
I am too.
Appreciate that.
The alternative doesn't appeal to me.
Okay. I encourage you to look around the facility. We will have a ribbon cutting in a little while, but look around the facility. We've got a new plaque that we put up honoring today's date, and there's a shadow box out in the foyer that explains where we came from before we came to this building, and I encourage you all to look at that. Joan was first appointed to the Lincoln Hills Board in 1973. And she served till 1981, and then she was off a few years, and she came back on. Well, she was actually off just about a year or a year and a half. She came back on in 82, and she served, has since served over 3 decades of service, including chairperson for 27 years. And in April, she decided it was long enough as chairperson, and she's still on the board, though, and still serves on the executive committee, and we genuinely appreciate her service and all the things that she's done for Lincoln Hills. To honor her service, the Lincoln Hills Board has done 2 things. Number one is we had an endowment fund with the Community Foundation of Crawford County, and that we had established, I don't know, 9 or 10 years ago, I believe. And we have renamed that fund and kicked off a fundraising campaign. And to date, we've had contributions from 70-some different individuals and organizations, and have raised a little over $5,000, which was matched by the Community Foundation with $2,500, so there's been a total of $7,500 going to the endowment fund, which will be a permanent fund. To the principal will remain there, and the investment income will be used to help support operations in Lincoln Hills. And there's a box out on a table in the hallway there. We're still accepting contributions. If anybody wants to make a contribution, we're still seeking contributions to that fund. And so that was one thing that we decided to do. And then the second thing was to rename this center the Joan Ritchie Center for Community Services and Head Start. And that's why we're here today. And I'll talk a little bit more about this particular center right before we have a ribbon cutting. But I'll end my remarks now, let you guys help yourself to these refreshments, and then we'll get back together and have a ribbon cutting in a little bit, okay? Thanks. Joan, you first.
Guest of honor.
So Joan was instrumental in us finding this 1-acre plot of land, and you did. We drove around up here looking for land, and Joan was instrumental in helping us find this acre of land, initially 1 acre, and we were able to construct this building. And a few years later, in 1982, we bought some additional property adjacent to this building, and that's where the elderly housing was opened in 1982. And the elderly housing project, to the best of my knowledge, is the first subsidized affordable housing that was ever constructed in Crawford County. And then after that, along came elderly housing in Milltown and Marengo, and then family housing in English, family housing in Marengo, family housing in Leavenworth. This center, which houses our Head Start Center, expanded, and a second Head Start Center was built south of Marengo. Joan was instrumental in all those projects, and her love of her community and compassion for people and leadership as president of the board of directors has been an inspiration to all of us, and that's why we attempt to honor her today in a small way with the renaming of this building and rededication of this building, the Joan Ritchie Center for Community Services and Head Start. Thank you.
I pass her He's too kind. But I told him since I had a little problem that I wouldn't give my hour-long speech.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. You honor me.
If you will join us, those of you that want to, we're going to go outside and cut a ribbon, and the Head Start kids are out there waiting for us. So,
Oh, they are.
yeah, if you
Put your coats on.
slip your coat on. And
Fun you can help us today.
Ross,
Pretty cool.
Probably not a lefty.
Here.
My goodness, thank you.
I think in years.
Yes.
thank you all. Please join us back inside for more refreshments and make yourself at home.